Welcome to the Sweat Sanctum podcast, where we talk fitness of the mind, body, and soul. Now here's your host, Coach Tom.
What is up and what is good, everybody? Coach Tom and Coda coming here today. It's a little bit gloomy out here in Central Florida right now. It's a Thursday, April the 9th. We're just doing a little check-in and we're going to talk a little bit about perspective and framing today. But before we get into everything, just want to check in, see how everybody's doing, give you a little update on me and my canine co-host in quarantine, Coda. He's living his best life, getting like 16 walks a day. I'm trying to keep my body moving, so we're getting plenty of walking time, enjoying this time together as a family. Kim's doing good. She's still working right now. It's about 9:20 in the morning right now. She just headed out to work about an hour ago, and we're both doing our best to stay active, keep him active, and just keep the norm in the abnormal state of the world right now. We're trying to maintain our workout routine, maintain our fitness routine, keep our habits steady, our healthy habits steady, not go off the rails too much. I've been doing a little extra eating. I've definitely upped my calorie intake a little bit. Just doing a little, I guess that's the way I'm coping right now, is a little bit with all the chaos with COVID-19, is doing a little bit of stress eating. I went through a Trader Joe's bag of pretzel thins and their 3-layer hummus. It's phenomenal. It's like jalapeno cheddar, Mediterranean, and something else. It's freaking phenomenal. Spinach, phenomenal. But I went through a bag and a bottle of the hummus in 2 servings. I think it was like 8 servings each on the chips and like 6 servings on the bottle. But I made it into 2 servings. Lasted Tuesday and Wednesday night as we watched Survivor last night. We can't miss that. Glad to see Adam got voted off if we got any Survivor fans out there. But I'm doing a little bit of stress eating, which I'm not too happy about that. But I stepped on the scale for the first time in 3 weeks, and I'm sitting steady at 190. So that means my workout routines, I'm keeping it up. I don't think I'm losing too much muscle mass right now, which is good. I'm finding ways to challenge my body in different ways and step out of my wheelhouse. Using the sandbag a lot, keeping my conditioning going with a little bit of battle ropes, definitely doing more sprints. I'll tell you, I love running on a treadmill compared to running outside. I try to put in a couple, good amount of miles every week. Right now, don't love it, but I'm trying to stay active, so getting some miles in. But I can run on a treadmill, and you're not going to get a fight out of me too much, but I do not love distance running outside. I don't know how people do it. It beats up my knees. The next day I tried to squat. I was all tightened up and just not a huge fan of running outside. Now, the converse to that is I love sprinting outside. We've got a baseball field about probably a mile and a half away from the house, so real close. I've been heading out there, and it's an absolute ghost town. And I'm not even going to mention, I made the mistake of mentioning the name of that field to a couple people, and look what happened. They showed up at my field and started chit-chatting, and I was trying to get my workout in. One of my neighbors, who I don't even really know, he rolled up on some rollerblades. He was running his mouth. I had to tell him, bro, I'm here to work out right now. I'm taking advantage of the time that I have and using it to vary up my training. So those sprints, running outside on a sprint on the grass, is that beats a treadmill, because you can just go as fast and as hard as you possibly can and just slow it down for the recovery and just walk it back and do it again. And I've been loving those sprints at the baseball field, loving swinging around kettlebells right now. I said the battle ropes, the slam balls. I'm hitting a lot of muscles and I think that's the real benefit here right now, being in quarantine. I'm hitting a lot of muscle groups that I wasn't hitting doing straight dumbbell work, and you get set into your habit and your routine, and that, your muscles get comfortable doing that, and you're going through the same flow every day. Bicep curls, bench press, deadlifts, this, that, and the other thing. But when you start deadlifting a kettlebell or a sandbag or slamming around a slam ball, you're going to start hitting different muscle groups. And I think that's what's really kept me from seeing too much fluctuation in my body. Obviously, I'm seeing a little bit of puffiness, around the core, around the midsection, because I'm eating a little worse than I am. But fortunately, like I said, I think it was the last podcast or the one before, I still haven't touched the Ben & Jerry's. It's sitting there. We are going almost a month strong with the Ben & Jerry's, and I'm happy to say I still have not touched it. Easter's coming, so I know I'm going to do a little bit of eating. Slow down for my sip of coffee. We just got back, Coda and I, from a nice long walk. You can see he's a little beat right now, but I'm planning on getting a little workout in. I'm going to switch from the coffee soon into the pre-workout, and being that it's gloomy, I don't think I'm going to hit the park today, but I just noticed there's a nice wall behind our building, so I'm going to use that for, I've got some soft Dynamax balls, so I'm probably going to do a little slamming those into the wall and get a little conditioning work at the end of my shoulder routine today. I feel like a couple muscle groups have seen benefit. My legs have definitely seen the benefit in all this craziness. I'm forced to do a ton of squats, lunges, and deadlifts based on the equipment that I have. And I'm going to dive into that on the next podcast a little more, but just give you a little taste. I'm doing a lot of squats, lunges, deadlifts. I'm finding park benches to step up on, tuck jumps, sprints. Really, just my legs have been getting hammered and really seeing like the benefit there and feeling stronger in the legs. So I'm super happy about that. Back work, finding a little bit of struggle because I only own right now a 35, a 52, and a 70-pound kettlebell. So I can row that 70-pound kettlebell all day and not really flinch. So I got to find something to really challenge my rows. But in the opposite of that, I'm doing a lot of pull-ups. So my row game had gotten really strong before COVID-19, and I was doing a lot of seal rows on the bench and strengthened the hell out of my back doing rows. Now slacked on my push-ups because I was so focused on building up that row strength or my pull-ups. So now the opposite, I'm doing a ton of pull-ups right now. Last week I did 300. I think yesterday I got somewhere in the 2 to 300 range because I was mixing in rows a little more. I was trying to get some cleaning done around the house. But that's for upper body. Shoulders has really been lagging. I've got a little routine in my head on what we're gonna do, but I like to get a lot of mechanical tension on the shoulders. So I do like doing banded exercises, and my bands, just the length of them and the size of them, they're just not perfect for doing side delt raises. They're great for doing band pull aparts, which I've been playing with that a little bit. So we're gonna mix in that today, and I'm gonna do some kettlebell presses, probably upright rows, halos, and just really run the gamut on those shoulder exercises today. So I'm looking forward to hitting that. I'm probably gonna mix in a little bit of core work, a little bit of Turkish sit-ups. Really want to start, if I'm eating extra and I'm looking fluffy around the abs, you can't spot train it, but I can definitely try to focus right now since I have the time, putting on some muscle around there. And that's really focusing on those weak points. Arms are really just becoming accessory work. Doing all those pull-ups, I don't need to do bicep curls. So I'm fortunate that, I'm strong on a pull-up and I can really tackle my biceps that way. Bands, I'm hitting great with the triceps, getting a little tricep pump at the end of every routine. Trying to find somewhere, they shut down. The park that I go to, I was the first couple days when quarantine started, I was going to the kiddie park, the playground, and I'd strap up. I've got a pair of Rogue Fitness rings. Have a sip of my coffee here. I got a pair of Rogue Fitness rings, and I would strap those bad boys up to where the swings are. There are no kids around. Strap them up. Nobody's there, and I was doing a lot of dips. And the first couple days I was feeling that. And then they put the chain up, and I saw one guy, he jumped over the chain, he started working out over there, and I'm like, all this craziness, I don't need no trouble. I'm not jumping that fence, not getting involved in all that. But I've been doing some parallel dips, but it's just not the same. It hits the tries, but I'm not getting that chest work. So if anybody knows a bar, I could wrap those rings around. That would really bring up my chest work a lot. Would really help. But countless push-ups. We'll talk about my next podcast. I'm going to talk about diving deeper into making those body weight exercises a little more challenging at home and what you should really be focusing on. But that's not what today's about. So that's just my, my check-in for the week. How I'm doing, how Kim's doing. She's staying sane. she's keeping me sane, which is the most important thing. God bless her. And Coda, he's freaking beat from this walk. I think he's taking a nap. You taking a nap, Coda? Yeah, I think he's taking a nap in my arms right now while we're sitting here. But that's all good. Today's more about framing is the focus, what I want to talk about, and how you frame things and the perspective you have on what is going on right now. It can be a life changer, because I really should be absolutely friggin' miserable right now, and I'm not complaining. So this stems from a comment that 2 people made to me. They said the exact same thing to me in the past week. 2 separate people, the same thing, and it meant completely different things. And the way I'm gonna break this down, I'm just gonna tell you exactly what the first guy said to me, exactly what the second girl said to me, and just listening to the way you tone things and the way you say things and your vision on what's going on right now. And the dude says to me, he's like, man, shaking his head, man, what a time to be alive right now, man. This sucks. What a time to be alive. And he said that twice, what a time to be alive. And I'm thinking, I had my frame, but we're going to talk about first what the other one I got a couple days later, which was really cemented why I wanted to come at you with this podcast. And it was another fitness person, and she said, man, this is wild. I mean, what a time to be alive. Like, with a smile on her face. I get to work out with my kids at home. I mean, like, I know there's a lot of craziness in the world, but what a time to be alive, that all this time that I didn't have before, I've been granted with my children and my family. And I'm thinking, I align a lot more with you than I do with you, sir. I'm more of the, hey, what a time to be alive. Like, I've been putting off 4 or 5 things for the past, we're in April now. So let's say 3 months where I've been doing baby steps. I've been working on my website a little bit. I completely had time yesterday, the past 3 days. Kim comes home, and I don't think she likes that I'm trapped on my laptop even when I'm not, doing my normal work. But I've come home, I'm spending the majority of the day, and I've recoded my entire website from ground up. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I revamped everything. Everything's going to start going to there. It looks a lot cleaner. I'm so happy with it. It took me a little time because I'm not a web coder. I'm not a web developer. I basically teaching myself how to do everything on my own, and things that would probably take a normal person, a normal, web developer, 5 minutes are taking me 2 hours, but I fucking got 2 hours right now. So I'm sitting there and I'm digging deep, and I'm like, I have this time. What a time to be alive, because I didn't have that time before. On the other hand, I could wake up and say, oh shit, what a time to be alive, man. This sucks. I got laid off. Yeah, it sucks getting laid off. But we just had on like Good Morning America or one of these shows. I think that's it's like Today's Show. I don't really know the name of those two. It's probably something else. But it was on, and they said like 10% of the workforce has filed for unemployment benefits. Like, I'm not in this boat alone that I've been laid off. We're grateful that Kim's still working. We're grateful we see the light on the other end. We know that positive will come from this in the future. So the way that I choose to frame things, the way that I choose to the vision I choose to bring, the lenses I choose to view the world with right now are what's making the difference, not just working out, but in my sanity. I mean, if I woke up every morning, another day of this quarantine, and I'm sure if this goes on till November, like my viewpoint might change. If finances take a turn for the worst, and viewpoint might change, perspective might change, but I try to keep the right mindset, because that mindset that I start that day with, what a time to be alive. No, what a time to be alive. What is on my agenda today? It's 9:30. I'm recording this podcast right now. I'm trying to get a weekly, be getting one out every week. I'm recording this podcast right now. I'm probably going to do another one in the afternoon. I'm going to mix it up with a little bit of workout outside in the parking lot. What a time to be alive that I have time to focus on that. I recoded my website yesterday, where I'm in the process of writing a book, which is, I haven't told a lot of people about that, but it's super exciting. Not just, I mean, if you've been on my website before, you can check out, I've got kettlebell ebooks, I'm working on a dumbbell ebook. This is more the book of my story that I'm working on. And it's something I've been wanting to tell because it's something that I feel a lot of people will resonate with, and it will inspire and motivate people to, you know, work on their goals and make that change that I made 15 years ago and turn the car around and start having a better outlook on life. So that's one of, you know, it's a big thing for me right now that I've written, I think 20 pages, and that was like, you know, I think it's Steve Harvey said, you know, just jump. You got to jump and let that parachute catch you. You know, you can't just stand on the edge of the cliff. You got to jump. If you haven't read Steve Harvey's books, phenomenal. You know, he just gets you read it in his voice, so it's great when you hear him. I see him on The Feud, and then I'm like reading, and I hear him jump. You gotta jump. Terrible Steve Harvey. We ain't even gonna try, Steve. But very inspirational book. I can't think of the name of it right now, but I'll Google it. I'll put it in the show notes. And it's like, what a time to be alive. And this does not just go for quarantine and for all the chaos in the world that's going on right now. This comes with everything you do going in the future. So it's a very simple shift where I hear people say, I've got to go to work today. You don't got to do shit. All right? You do not, and I'm looking the camera in the eye right now, you do not have to do a single thing. No one is forcing you to go to work. You do not. I've got to go to work today. I don't have to go to work any day in my life. I can choose. I made a decision to quit over 12 years in logistics, chemical and technology logistics, because I hated my motherfucking life. And I did not admit this earlier on. I had to go to work every day. I've got to go to work every day. I had that mindset. Now, you know, even though I'm unemployed right now, technically, when I do get to go back I get to go to my job. I get to go to work every day. I am blessed to go to work every day. Two simple words, got and get. I gotta go, not so good. You might want to start looking at doing something differently. I get to go to work every day. I get to. I have to. Have to, not so much. I can go to work today. I'm blessed to go to work today. I'm blessed to do what I love every single day. That's the frame set. That's the mindset that I'm looking for here. And, you know, I choose to live my life with a smile on my face. I've got the world's greatest puppy here, right? You want some coffee? He can't have coffee. I'm gonna finish off this coffee real quick. I've got the world's greatest puppy here. I got married this year. We are going on in 11 days. It will be my 1-year anniversary. And best decision I ever made was to marry Kim. Even in all this chaos, there is so much blessing in my life. And I'll say it, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it 1,000 times till I beat it in, that if you've got that much blessing, it's your duty to make sure you're doing what makes you happy. It's I've got so much good that if I was still going, if I was still going to that chemical logistics company every day, or that technology logistics company, and clocking in and clocking out, I would not be as good. I wouldn't be a great husband. I would be coming home miserable. But when Kim comes home and I get to talk to her about, hey, I trained this person today, and hey, this person hit a benchmark, or this person hit a personal record, I'm happier, and I'm able to bring that happiness to her, and try to make her happy, and be a good doggy daddy, and hopefully soon a good people daddy, a good little baby daddy. You want a little brother? No, you ain't getting a brother. He getting a sister. But I'm able to bring that energy. I'm able to bring. Don't take that. If mom's watching, don't take that as an affirmation. I just realized the way I said that, you're getting a sister, and we got nothing in the works right now. If you're watching, people, there's nothing planned. But eventually, we do want to have children, but I don't even know. It threw me off course. But you think about all these things that make you happy, and all the blessings that I do have, that whatever, all this stuff right now, we're going to get through it. We're all going to get through it together. So, if you check out on my Instagram, you check out on my Instagram. I posted something yesterday, and it's one of my favorite all-time rides, lifetime. If you know me, you know I'm a big theme park junkie. I love theme parks. I love roller coasters. I love It's a Small World. I love the Carousel of Progress. I run the gamut. That's my thing. Like, Disney's my happy place. Universal's my happy place. That's why I live in Orlando, Florida. But there's a little hidden Easter egg on one of the rides out there, and it's one of my all-time favorite rides, the Tower of Terror, Hollywood Tower of Terror. If you're watching the video, I'm trying to juggle my pre-workout right now while I got this puppy in the other arm. Got a little sip. I'm gonna start sipping it as we get towards the end here. But Tower of Terror, you walk through like the whole hotel, the outside of the hotel, and it's all creepy and eerie. Then you go into like the abandoned lobby. Then they take you to the pre-show room, which is like a little library style. You watch the pre-show video. Then they bring you into this little boiler room dungeon, and you really like feel in the setting. And there's this little workbench hidden off to the side down below, and you can barely see it. And it took me 3 or 4 ride-throughs to read the whole quote, because you're constantly moving through the line. It's barely enough time to see it. You can just barely make it out. It's all the way down towards you got to take the last elevator shaft to even see it. But the bottom line is, there's this little quote hidden by Ella Wheeler Wilcox, and it says, "It is easy enough to be pleasant when life flows along by us like a song, but the man worthwhile is the one who will smile when everything goes dead wrong." And I think they changed the words a little bit. I think the exact quote is the one I just read to you, but I think she says, I think on the ride it says, "It's easy enough to be pleasant when life hums along like a song, but the man worthwhile is the man that can smile when everything goes dead wrong." And it's perfect for the ride because everything goes dead wrong. The elevator shaft drops and you're supposed to freak out, but you got a big smile on your face because you're going up and down and it gets all crazy there. But it's perfect for the ride, but it's also perfect for life. Like when shit goes crazy, when shit hits the fan, COVID-19 is literally shit hitting the fan. Coronavirus, shit, the world, I don't know what we did. Karma came after us, world. And the shit has hit the fan. It's crazy out there. But you can choose to be miserable. We got to stay home. You can choose to be miserable in your house. You can choose to drink, cry, whine about it. Or you can choose to put a smile on your face and find the best in every single day. Which one sounds better to you? Sit back and really think about this for a second. Which one sounds like it's going to get you through the next 3 months of this situation? Find the good in every day. Probably. Miserable, beat yourself down, waste 3 months of your life that you're not going to get back. Look at this as just, oh man, I'm losing 3 months of my life. Could be 6 months. So if you burn out 3 now and then decide, you're going to burn out another 3, you burn out a total 6, or you can put a smile on your face. You can have some shit days. It's okay to have bad days. It's okay to not be motivated. But try to come to each day with a smile on your face. Look for the good in every day. Stay positive. That's the bottom line of the message today. Stay positive. Watch how you frame each day. Watch what glasses you put on every day. Because if you put on them broken glasses, you're going to get a broken day. You're going to be miserable. And I don't want that. Your family doesn't want that. Your friends don't want that. If you need somebody to talk to, reach out. Reach out in the show notes. Reach out in the comments. And I'd love to just interview somebody that's going through a little struggle on one of our podcasts. And let's look for ways that you can find some happiness in your day. So that's the bottom line today. That's what I wanted to get across with everybody. Put the right colored glasses on every morning, man. Bring happiness. Look, it was a gloomy day out. And I see the sun peeking out right now. There's a silver lining in every day. Sun's coming out. It's getting a little warmer. And maybe I'll move this workout, instead of doing it here, I might move it outside today and get a little outdoor action. But then I gotta leave my buds. So maybe there's goodness in working out inside. So I'll leave you with that, y'all. Like I said, I revamped the website. Go check it out, sweatsanctum.com. Check it out, opt in, check out the whole thing. If you're looking for a kettlebell workout, I just busted out a 30-day ebook, 30 Days of Kettlebell Hell. Check that out. All you need is a pair of kettlebells to get the whole job done at home. Kettlebells in a body. I'm working on a body weight one, working on a dumbbell only one. So keep you moving while you're at home. If you need online coaching, I'm offering online coaching right now. It's a lot steeper discount than I normally do. You can check that out on my website, Sweat Sanctum. Just click on the Inner Sanctum and check all that out. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Give me a like, give me a follow, share this podcast, share the video, pretty please. I'm trying to gain some traction, gain some ground on it, and I hope you like what you're hearing, and I hope others will find some benefit. So help me help you, help others, and let's share the love, spread the love. Cody, you say goodbye to everybody? We love you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane, and put a smile on your face. Make the world a better place, because you are a badass. We love you guys. Be good.